What if I told you that your most beautiful garden could also be the one that feeds your family? For years, we've been taught to choose. You get a stunning, ornamental landscape over here and a productive vegetable patch hidden away in the back, almost like it's something to be ashamed of. We're made to think that a pristine, manicured yard and a functional food-producing garden are two totally separate things. But that's a myth. It's a rule that was made to be broken. In this video, I'm going to share the secrets to combining beautiful design with edible plants to create a garden that is both outrageously gorgeous and incredibly productive. You don't have to choose, and I'm about to show you how. Think about it. That perfect green lawn you spend hours mowing, watering, and fertilizing, what does it really give you back? It's a resource desert. On the other hand, many of us have tried the traditional veggie garden, those straight, boring rows that look great for a few weeks, but can quickly become a messy jungle of weeds and spent plants. It starts to feel more like a chore than a paradise, a space you work in but don't really want to live in. The frustration is real. You feel trapped in a battle between looks and function. Maybe you've even tried mixing it up, tossing a tomato plant into a flower bed, only to have it look chaotic and out of place. This split personality leads to wasted space, wasted effort, and a nagging sense of disappointment. Your backyard, which should be your personal sanctuary, ends up feeling like one big compromise. But what if we could just erase that dividing line? What if we designed a garden where the leaf of a kale plant is just as celebrated as a hosta, and the flower on a pea vine is as cherished as a rose? This is the whole idea behind edible landscaping or foodscaping, and while it might sound like a new trend, it's actually a return to a classic garden style called the potager or kitchen garden, where beauty and utility have always danced together. The secret isn't some magical new plant, it's a shift in your mindset. It's about learning to see your vegetables as ornamental ingredients and using basic design principles to arrange them. It's time to stop hiding your vegetables and start showing them off. Section 1. The foundation. Design over drudgery. The difference between a chaotic mess and a stunning edible landscape comes down to one simple word: intention. A beautiful foodscape doesn't happen by accident. Just like an artist doesn't randomly throw paint at a canvas, you need a plan. First, forget about plants for a second and grab a piece of paper. Sketch out your space. Where's the path? Where do you like to sit and relax? Now, map your sun. Here's a key thing to know. Fruiting crops like tomatoes, peppers, and squash need at least 6 hours of direct sun to be really productive. But your leafy greens and herbs are more flexible. They can often do great with just 3 to 4 hours of sun. Knowing where your sunniest spots are is critical. That's your prime real estate. Once you know your layout, you can apply the same design tricks the pros use. Think in terms of color, texture, form, and size. Instead of one type of green lettuce, what if you planted a block of deep Merlot red lettuce right next to a frilly lime green variety? That's using color. Or what if you paired the big, smooth leaves of Swiss chard with the delicate, feathery foliage of carrots or fennel? That's texture. Repeating these combos gives your garden a rhythm that makes the whole space feel connected and purposeful. Section 2. The substitution strategy, your edible toolkit. The easiest way to start is with simple swaps. Look at your existing landscape and ask, what is this plant's job, and could an edible do it better? Thinking about a small ornamental tree for shade? Plant a fruit tree instead. Just imagine sitting under the cool shade of an apple or fig tree that also gives you a delicious harvest. Look at your borders and pathways. Instead of boring old monkey grass, why not edge your garden beds with chives? They have a great spiky texture and pop up with beautiful edible magenta flowers in the spring. Or plant a border of colorful leaf lettuces and parsley. You get a lush, tidy edge that you can literally trim for your dinner salad. Need a ground cover for a sunny spot or to spill over a rock wall? Forget ivy. Plant creeping thyme, which smells amazing when you walk on it, or use strawberries, which give you pretty green leaves, white flowers, and sweet red berries. And that fence you were going to cover with a basic vine? Let pole beans or sugar snap peas climb that trellis instead. They have gorgeous flowers, create a lush green screen, and give you a snack every time you walk by. All right, this is where the real fun begins. It's time to think like a painter and play with the incredible range of colors and textures in the vegetable and herb world. Let's start with leafy greens because they're the workhorses of a beautiful edible garden. Don't just plant plain kale. Look for dinosaur kale for its rich, blue-green, bumpy texture, or red boar kale for its frilly, shocking purple leaves. Instead of regular chard, you have to try rainbow Swiss chard. Its stems glow in shades of yellow, pink, and fiery orange. It looks like stained glass right in your garden. Herbs are your secret weapon for adding sophisticated color. The deep, moody purple of purple ruffles basil adds a dramatic pop against bright greens. Instead of a generic green bush, plant Tuscan blue rosemary and prune it into a fragrant hedge. And here's a pro tip: let some of your plants go to flower. We're often so quick to pull things out, but we're missing the grand finale. A leek, if you let it be, will shoot up a magnificent globe-shaped lavender blossom. An artichoke plant, which is already a stunning architectural plant, will open into a massive, otherworldly purple thistle flower that is just breathtaking. Finally, embrace the ultimate two-for-one plants, edible flowers. Nasturtiums are a must. They ramble through other plants, filling gaps with their round leaves and vibrant, peppery-tasting flowers. Pansies, daylilies, calendula, and borage all provide pops of color and can be tossed into salads, literally bringing the beauty of your garden right onto your plate. Section 4. Building the landscape, structure, and flow. A truly stunning garden has layers. It's not flat. It has depth and movement that guides your eye through the space. You can create these layers by thinking about height. Instead of a single flat row of kale, plant a tall backdrop of bright marigolds, then a middle layer of that colorful kale, and finish with a low-growing carpet of arugula in front. That composition is way more interesting than a flat plane. And go vertical. Adding structures like trellises, arbors, and pergolas is one of the best ways to get visual interest and more growing space, especially in a small yard. Let cucumbers climb a fence while you plant bushy peppers in front. Train grapevines over an arbor to create a magical shaded walkway with fruit hanging down at harvest time. For a really elegant touch, try espalirizing a fruit tree. That means training it to grow flat against a wall. It becomes a living piece of art that's also incredibly productive. Most importantly, break free from the tyranny of the straight row. Planting in geometric blocks or soft flowing curves instantly elevates your design, giving it a more relaxed, natural, and beautiful feel.
Section 5. The practical magic, keeping it beautiful all year. A living garden is always changing, and planning for that change is the key to keeping it beautiful. When you harvest a whole head of lettuce, it leaves a hole. So what's the plan for that empty spot? You have to anticipate the gaps. Try interplanting fast-growing crops like radishes with ones that take longer, like tomatoes. Use cut-and-come-again varieties of lettuce, where you just harvest the outer leaves so the plant keeps producing. Or use spreading plants like thyme or oregano that will naturally fill in empty spaces. Some gardeners even use a cool piece of garden art or a potted plant to cover a temporary bald patch. To keep things looking good year-round, especially in cooler climates, don't rely only on annual veggies. Mix in some reliable, low-maintenance evergreen shrubs that provide a backbone of structure when other plants die back. This is where blueberries really shine. They have pretty flowers in the spring, delicious berries in the summer, and then put on a spectacular show with fiery red fall foliage, making them a true four-season superstar. Finally, be practical. Group plants with similar water and sun needs together to make caring for them a breeze. And put the things you'll harvest the most, like herbs and salad greens, in pots or beds right by your kitchen door. The easier it is to snip some fresh basil for your sauce, the more you'll do it, and the more you'll feel connected to your beautiful, productive paradise. Now you have the secrets, but the real magic happens when you start trying them out. So I want to hear from you. What's the most beautiful edible plant you've ever grown? Leave a comment below and share your favorites. And if you're ready to stop choosing between a beautiful yard and a productive one, be sure to subscribe for more tips on creating a garden that feeds your body and your soul. For too long, we've treated our gardens like two separate worlds. The ornamental world, focused on a narrow and often sterile idea of beauty, and the edible world, focused on pure function, often at the expense of joy. But the truth is, the most beautiful landscape is one that nourishes you. It's a garden that buzzes with pollinators, a garden where you can watch the seasons change on the leaves of a blueberry bush, a garden where you can walk out your door and gather ingredients for dinner. This isn't about creating a perfect static picture. It's about cultivating a living, breathing space that is a feast for your eyes and a feast for your table. You don't have to choose. You can have it all, and now you know how to grow it.